He said no without even thinking. The question, if your partner gained 50 pounds, would you still want to be with her? He didn't even pause. This week on Men in the Wild, where we find real examples of problems in relationships with men on the internet and break it down to take a look at what's going on beneath the surface and what he needs to shift to live a life of authenticity, power, and connection. Yo, this week's case is such an important piece of content for us as men. It comes from the subreddit Ask Women, where somebody said, has your significant other or partner ever made a negative comment about your weight or the way you look? What did they say and how did you react? So I want to share this comment because I think it sheds light on something that is so important for us as men. So this person wrote, I've been on a 4-year-long recovery from a severe overeating disorder I had most of my childhood, young adulthood. I've lost about 100 pounds and am now at a healthy weight. I met my current partner after my weight loss. One night we were playing like a truth or dare app, and the question was, if your partner gained 50 pounds, would you still want to be with him? My boyfriend answered no so quickly. I was really shocked and hurt. I had weighed 50 pounds heavier just a year before I met him. It felt so confirming that being fat had made me completely undesirable even after someone loved me. I let him know that it made me feel really only seen for my body and that I didn't want to attach a number of pounds to the ability to be in a relationship with him. That really resonated. We talked about weight gain and how I would prefer to handle and talk about it. Also, he knows that compliments on my body really lift me up, so we often talk about how good I look now, which has been a bonus since this confrontation. Right, so what a really intense story. And here's what I think it highlights for us, you know, like from the boyfriend side in this case, like maybe he felt like it was a light question, like no big deal. He didn't think it was that serious and he just popped off an answer. And for her, we know that she has this story of weight loss and how hard she must have worked to get to where she was. And so this answer was just totally devastating. I'm sure it made her feel so insecure. Luckily, they were able to repair and he was able to hear her out, it seems like, and understand where she was coming from. So kudos to him, right? He's not showing up with defensiveness. But what I want to expose is for women in our society, from the time that they become conscious of being a woman, they are made to be self-aware of their bodies and presentation in ways that are so extreme. There is such a toxic, mainstream, pervasive discourse that women only have value if they're loved by a man, and that men will only love you if you hit these certain types of stereotypes of beauty. And so here's my question for us as men. Do you know how many of the women you've had a romantic relationship with have had some sort of a problematic relationship to food, for example? Or how deeply they've really struggled with self-loathing around body image issues? It is pervasive and it is relentless, and it is not something that we as men talk about. Like most of the women that we love are navigating a nonstop assault on their self-esteem, their self-worth, their self-concept, and it plays out often as body image issues. And our total ignorance of this context, which is not to say that it's malicious, but it sets us up to where we're gonna make insensitive comments, we're gonna say things that are hurtful, we're gonna be totally oblivious to what they're dealing with. So what do you think? Do men have a clue about the amount of pressure that is on girls and women to comport themselves as a valid and valuable sexual object? Or are we full-blown unaware? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you found this helpful, hit follow for more.